I know what you guys are thinking. Out here in Ann Arbor, this is not what they do. They do Detroit. They do disgusting houses. Well, it's quite possibly the most disgusting condo in all of Ann Arbor. Right away, if you look down here at the carpet, you can tell this stuff has not been cleaned since it was put in. That could be blood, that could be pee, that could be Dr. Pepper, who knows what that is. And it's not just there. It's all the way up the steps, it's in the living room, it's in the dining room. Let me show you something you'll really enjoy. It's in the bathroom. Now, for reference, we're very close to the big house, which is the U of M football stadium, one of the biggest in college sports, which means this is high dollar real estate here, especially for the state of Michigan. Number two, it's a condo. It's probably a young professional, somebody in med school, something like that. This would typically be a very nice condo, but you can tell they haven't taken care of this thing ever. That toilet looked like it backed up, filled this half bath, even on the bowl of the sink here. I mean, that looks like it got burned somehow. Setting your roach down while it's still hot, or somebody smoking while they're taking a shit. I don't know. Look at this. This is all smoke damage. You can see it on the walls here. This is quite a disgusting condo. You guys know us. The dirtier, the grosser, the better. That's where we make our money. I don't think this kitchen has ever been cleaned. These things are white. When they're brand new, they're white. That's so thick, you can't even scratch it off. I mean, you can see in my fingernail, there's nothing there. It doesn't even come off. Let's take this clock down. That is closer to the original paint color, almost white. This is smoke, this is grease, this is cooking, this is dust, cobwebs, all this stuff. Somebody was living here. So that's something to keep in mind. This building has not sat vacant. Somebody was living here like this. I'm not even gonna open the fridge because who knows what's in there. Look how water stained, how ruined this carpet is. This carpet's tan, this carpet's greenish, that carpet's brown and black. That's awful. Look at this ceiling fan. Dust, everything hanging from this. It's gross. And the grossest part's in the basement, which we'll go to later, but I'll show you the basement. It is disgusting. Here again, look at every one of these steps. I don't even know what's going on here. I don't know if that's a layer of cobweb or dirt or water or what, but something's going on. Again, stark white, smoker yellow. Like I was saying, for the area, this is a very nice building, very expensive location. But you come in this bathroom, this thing has not been updated since it was put in. You can see just how disgusting all of this is. The water's on, but there's no water, so you can't even clean it. But they put carpet in the bathroom. They put carpet in the bathroom downstairs. It used to be common in bigger builds like this, where you've got 30 units or something in these condos, because it was cheaper to just come through with one type of flooring. You don't really do that anymore. If you look over your head here, you can see all this on here. That's not just rust, that's mold. So even though they've got these really nice crank windows here, I mean, that's just mold growing all over the bathroom. Because it's wet, you'll notice there's no vent in here. No ceiling fan, none of that. So if you don't have the window open, it's just not gonna breathe. You'll see why when we get to the basement later. But this thing has started to crack and break. That's not good. That means there's weight going where it shouldn't go. Come through here, same thing, another bedroom. This would most likely be your main bathroom. 4-door closet here. Well, hold on, question. How do you think you get carpet that looks that dirty in the back of a closet? Nobody even goes in the back of a closet. That tells you the type of person that was living here, just how gross this thing was. Not only do you have the huge closets, but you've got another full bath in here. Just as gross, but you'll notice this one has a vent fan because there's no window here. And you've still got mold growth in here, so somebody wasn't using it. Here's a trick for you guys. You see a toilet like that? Those things stink like you could not believe. Until you get someone in here to remove the toilet, get rid of all the nasty stuff in it, throw it in the dumpster, whatever. You take some cellophane, you take some parchment paper, you take some whatever. If you just put a wrap over it like that, you'll actually contain a lot of the smell. You can see again here, we've got some cracking. We're gonna go down to the basement. The basement is by far the most disgusting part of this house. Before we go to the basement, one more thing I want to add. So all this drywall here, it's got all this texture on it. Some people call it orange peel. This is going to be so difficult to prime, paint, get rid of the smoke smell. You're going to paint these walls 4 or 5 times. So you're going to take all this out and we're just going to re-drywall the whole thing, finish it, and paint it. You're spending about the same amount of money. It's a little cheaper because it's easier to do than to try to save this, but it's definitely worth it. So part of the reason the basement is so destroyed is because of water, and we always talk about water, but you can't really see it on camera, I don't think. But if you walk along here, you can hear it, number one, but you can feel just how much of a valley that is. So the house is doing this, and it's doing this because of water. Not only can you feel it walking on it, but you can see more evidence of cracks. Now what we're gonna do is take you down to the basement. Not only did they carpet all the steps, but you can see at one point they had a big break in this foundation wall. The whole thing just ripped open. So they had to patch that whole thing Be careful here because this whole base is rotted. And Connor, if you can get my feet here, you guys will see why this basement's so disgusting. Not only can you hear it, but you can see they carpeted this basement and it had huge water problems. This stuff's just squirting out under my feet. Not only is this gonna mold and mildew, but you can see here, weight is in the wrong position on this house, and it's because everything's getting soft from all this water. So this has to go. But this is the main beam supporting the house. This is what's supporting that living room upstairs that's got the U in it. And I don't know if Connor can get this on camera, but this thing is like this, which these are supposed to be straight. So this has to be ripped out. This all has to be supported with jack posts, new beam. A lot of stuff needs to be done to get this back to basic. But when you look at this house, especially this basement, and you can hear it squishing under my feet, this is all mold. This is all water right next to your electric panel. This is a massive job, and it doesn't feel like Ann Arbor. You know, this condo is easily a $500,000 condo, if not more. Probably more with the proximity to the big house, but this is all trash. I mean, this looks like what you guys see from us in Detroit. This is Ann Arbor. This is an expensive suburb. You see you've got mold growth in here. I mean, just all over the place. Just from all the water and the condensation, and it's dark and it's damp. Thankfully for us, we know what caused the problem here. And if you look at that, you could probably get a pretty good idea. The water tank busted and it dumped water everywhere, and then it just continuously ran. So this thing just filled up with water. So water heater's fried. All this is fried. I mean, you can see that's all just moldy, corroded, and broke away. The furnace over here, it's all rusted out at the bottom. It's been destroyed. We'll have to get a new furnace in here, obviously. I mean, not just the water, not just all the debris and all the shit in the basement, not just the mold growth, but it's literally falling in on itself. I mean, we're gonna do a lot to make this thing right, but this is one of the worst houses I've seen in Ann Arbor, which is great. We love it. It's where we make our money, number one. And then number two, we're gonna come in here and it's gonna look gorgeous. When you got a place that's a $500,000 or more, we're gonna put the nice finishes in. We're gonna fix the foundation. We're gonna make it look great. And it's gonna be a really cool project. So eventually we'll put a before and after out too. So nice thing about a project like this, we are in a condo association, which means siding, great shape. Roof, great shape. Landscaping, great shape. All the stuff that as a homeowner you might normally need to consider for a flip, you don't need to here. Condo association's taking care of it all. Obviously you're paying for it with your HOA, but the owner's not buying a roof. The owner's not redoing the parking lot or the sidewalks or the landscaping. It's all taken care of. Throughout the rest of this place, everything inside, we're replacing everything. New kitchen, 2 new full baths, full half bath, new living room, new dining room. We're actually gonna do a really nice island bar top here. New bedrooms upstairs, new staircase, everything's gonna be brand new. It'll look good. Look, we got another little buddy up there. That one's not really a little buddy though.
No, that one's pretty
That's big. A big buddy.
Every video now.
I know, it's like our thing.